Welcome back to the Black Wallflowers podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Taylor.
And I'm Myra. I'm struggling too. Oh, God.
You want to roll with that?
Yeah, forget it.
The Black Wallflowers podcast is two Black introverted women discussing daily life, navigating an extroverted world. So I do just got something super random. So for the first time ever, I actually finished a jar of Vaseline. And I feel like that never happens because I either like lose it or like just buy another one, whatever. I really don't know what happens, but it's the one that I keep at work. Like I keep a jar of Vaseline at work, in my purse, and at home. And I finished one, I feel like for the first time ever. But it got me thinking, like, there's people who like prefer Vaseline or Carmex, chapstick, whatever. Do you have like a preference on like just like your normal day-to-day lip moisturizer or whatever? Me, I used to be a Carmex head, but the last like few years I've just been doing the Vaselines. I feel like it just lasts longer. Do you have like a go-to chapstick type thing, or you just do whatever?
Yeah, I use Burpees.
Mm.
I really like the pomegranate flavor. Well, I guess it's not a flavoring, you don't really eat it, but yeah, the pomegranate one. I think it has something else in it, but that's the one I typically go for. I used to do EOS, the little round ones.
Yeah.
But one time, I don't know if they changed like their formula or something, but I had a allergic reaction to it, like
Mm-hmm.
all like around my lip area. My lips were like really swollen and blistered.
Dang.
And then I found out they had like kind of a lawsuit going on, so I could have got some money off of that. But but I just stopped using anything and just let it clear it up, and it wasn't too bad, but it was bad enough. But yeah, I used to love those things. But now I just use Burpees.
Mm. Do you
And
have
I never
multiple?
finished it either. I never finished EOS. Either I lose it or
Mm.
it'll get like I leave it in the car when it's hot and it'll just melt. So I
Yeah.
never finished neither one of them really.
Do you keep multiple though? Like, do you keep one like at your desk, at work, in your purse?
Um, I don't keep them at my desk. I haven't had like where I am now. I haven't had anybody take anything from me, but I have at my old job. Like my EOS will come up missing.
Mm.
Um, and I've had like other chapstick, not Burpees, but other random chapstick will get stolen. So I don't keep them at my desk. I
What's
typically keep,
it?
yeah. I had headphones stolen before too, and I'm like,
Mm.
that's gross.
Yeah.
But I
That's
I guess, but I usually just keep them on me, so they're like on in my purse. I try
mm.
not to leave it in the car because it'll melt.
Mm. Right, right.
I usually have like maybe one or two at a given time until I lose it or somebody steals it, and then I'll buy
Dang.
another one. But I don't think I ever finished one before.
Dang. Yeah, mine. It was a nice size little jar too. I'm like, what? I didn't finish this. When I before I came home, I stopped at the store and got another one that I'm gonna take to work tomorrow. So.
I'm more surprised that you didn't lose it before.
Right, that's what I was surprised at. Like all these years, I've never actually finished a jar or a container or nothing.
Yeah, I
So,
usually always lose those. That's hilarious. What is I had a different random today, but I think I'm a switch it up because my week has just been that way.
mm,
It's been a whole switch up. I feel like I started off strong Monday, and then Tuesday like class was canceled, and it just went downhill from there.
yeah, yeah, that
So
messed me up too.
yeah, I'm just completely just out of whack. Then Ashton got sick. I guess it's more of a rant than a random, but then Ashton got sick, and I just really haven't had time to like actually work out or anything.
Mm,
But it just made me realize, and I know I kind of talked to you about this, like I do feel so much better after working out.
yeah.
Like it's a struggle to actually get into it. Like if I have to get up in the morning, it's a struggle to get up,
Yeah.
or sometimes to even just start. But afterwards, I just feel so much better, and I feel like I have been missing that out of this week, and that's why I feel like it just kept, like, life is just tumbling because I haven't gotten my workouts in. So I don't. It's amazing, like, how I know, like, workout makes you feel better, sleep better, all that good stuff, but until you don't have it, or I don't know. This is so random, I guess, but
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I definitely agree. Like, I feel like my days are different on the days that I don't work out. Yeah, definitely the days where I either don't work out early in the morning or we don't have class. Um, my days just like completely are like I feel like I can't accomplish anything. I feel like I haven't accomplished anything. I feel like I don't go to sleep as well either. So
hmm
yeah, I definitely get it, because that Tuesday really messed me up too.
yeah, and I know I can, like, just get back on the wagon, but I think that was Tuesday night. Yeah, that
Hmm.
was Tuesday night when Ashton really got sick too, and I just feel like I can't get back on that horse.
It's definitely one of those weeks though.
It is. I'm just, like, completely out of it, but
Hmm.
I want to say I'll just start over Monday, but I'm tired of saying that. I feel like I've been I've been saying that for like 3 years now.
Mm.
So I'm tired of just, like, making that be my excuse. My plan is to get up tomorrow and just do something,
Hmm.
but I'm tired already for tomorrow. I am so
Dang.
tired. I'm probably gonna go right to sleep after we get done with this. And I ain't even eat anything yet, but
Dang.
I just wanted to, like, just let people know that it's not always perfect. Everybody has those weeks.
Hmm.
I feel like I've been having those kind of weeks, like,
Yeah.
for months now, but yeah, I just need to get back on the wagon, and I'm sure somebody's listening and like, yes, I understand, but if you are, just get back on the wagon. Take
Yeah.
my advice that I'm not even taking myself, but
Hmm. Yeah, that's me too. Like I've told you this before. I live like 7 minutes away from work, and the last 3 weeks I've been on time maybe two or three times. It's ridiculous. Like I was on time Monday, and that was it this week. Like it's ridiculous. And the thing is, like most days I get up at a good time, but just like getting out the house, like it just hasn't been happening. I mean, but the good thing is I don't get like written up or anything like that. I just have to stay a little bit later at the end of the day. But I got to get my life together.
yeah, yeah, I do appreciate not being written up for it because I've
Hmm.
been late.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, since we have both had a couple weeks, we thought it was a good idea just to kind of have today be like a kind of a mental health kind of uh
Event session.
so yeah, just kind of check in with each other. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, and before we get into the topic this week, just to remind you all, if you're listening, make sure that you subscribe to our podcast, whether it's on
Yes.
Spotify, iTunes, wherever you're listening. You can subscribe, and also please leave us a review so we can get spread out in the podcast land. Preferably a 5-star review. Of course, we're probably gonna, if we get one, I'm sure we'll read it on the show. So
Mhm.
let us know what you think of the podcast. But I guess let's go ahead and get into the topic.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's just like you said, just kind of a currently, like, a refresher kind of week. Yeah, let us know, Taylor, what you've been watching, just to kind of wind down through
Yeah.
these crazy weeks.
Right. Yeah, for me right now, well, Married at First Sight, of course, is over. I talked about that in the last episode. Married at First Sight is over, but I've been watching Survivor. This is like season freaking 62, something crazy like that.
Yeah, I haven't
Been
watched
watching for
Survivor in years.
yeah, it's a really good show, but they did something completely different this season. They have like Island of the Idols, and there they have like two of like the Survivor like huge people who have won multiple times. They have them on the show, and so they go there and they get advice from them. I'm like, this is kind of boring. Like, let's have y'all do something else. Like, so I don't really like that. I feel like they kind of dropped the ball a little bit on this season. But yeah, I didn't like that. I was hoping that when they set the name of the season was Island of the Idols, I thought it was gonna be something a little bit more dramatic than that. But no, I don't like it. But then, of course, I got Grey's Anatomy. That's our show as well. The new season just started last month, so we've been watching that as well. I think that's on tonight, actually. So yeah,
That
so
that show still come on too.
yeah, that's my show. Yeah, so that's really but between Survivor, Grey's, and Greenleaf, those are like the three shows that me and Ray watch together. But other than that, I watch a lot of YouTube as well. I've been getting real behind on that, but yeah, that's my thing. That's my go-to when I'm trying to relax at the end of the night, or if Ray's out hanging out with the guys or something. That's my go-to. What about you?
So, Greenleaf, what's that? My
Mm,
bad. I never heard of that before.
Greenleaf, that is a show. It's on OWN actually. And it's a show
Oh, that's
about
why I ain't heard of it then.
right.
We don't have cable. Not no shade to on, but we don't have cable. That's why.
It's a really good show though. I mean, when I first started watching, I'm like, I don't really like this for real, but it's a show of a family. I think they live in Alabama or Georgia or something. Um, and the family kind of owns like this church or whatever, like this mega church, and just like a whole bunch of drama like within the family and everything. This is like season 3 or 4 or something, but
Mm.
it's
And that's
it's pretty
Oprah's
good.
network, right?
Huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oprah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, that's a good show. I wasn't feeling it at first, but I like it.
So is it a Tyler Perry show?
No.
Oh, okay, okay.
What you assuming it's Tyler Perry?
I mean, ain't he on network?
Yeah, I mean, it talks a lot about like greed and there was some sibling rivalry a little bit. The show kind of started off with I think the middle daughter. She actually committed suicide, and so one of the other daughters, she lived like in New York or something, and she came down for the services, and then she ended up staying basically to trying to help get things back on track and figure out why the sister killed herself and that kind of thing. So,
Oh
um,
wow.
right,
Start
right,
off the gate.
right. So that's a bunch of drama
Yeah, I just never had heard of that before, but I have been in kind of the fall spirit or Halloween spirit.
though. Mhm.
So I've been streaming 31 Days of Halloween. Um it's basically, Halloween themed movies. Um and it's on Freeform. But like I said, I don't have cable, so I just kind of bum my mom's password so I can use her and stream it. Tonight is Scream, and I'm probably not gonna watch that. But some of my favorite kind of movies is Monsters Inc., which is gonna be closer to Halloween. I think it's on either the 24th or 25th.
Aw.
Yeah. Hocus Pocus is my actually.
Ooh, I love
It's
that
my
movie.
first time watching it.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen it before. And that one is supposed to come on the 23rd.
You'll like it.
It's really big in like Halloween time. Like every time fall comes around, I always see people with those three ladies like
Mhm.
making stuff, and I'm like, I don't understand.
I,
so
I
so
don't
I'm like,
understand. I don't.
I don't get it. So I have to watch it. It came on earlier, but I actually missed it that day. I don't know. We was probably doing something. But
Mm,
yeah, I've been enjoying like all the Halloween things, especially like the kids movies like Goosebumps and Hotel Transylvania,
mm,
Scooby-Doo, like all that stuff. Like today is Scream. I'm good on that. I don't really like
yeah.
scary movies like that,
Yeah.
but I
Me
do
either.
love Yeah, I do love watching like the cartoon versions of it because I'm really a kid at heart. But but yeah, I just been watching that and like a ton of like Netflix anime that's on Netflix, but
Mm.
I won't get too much into that. What have you been listening to?
Ray, he just got me into Kevin Ross. He's kind of like an R&B singer. He kind of got me into him. So that's kind of like my go-to station right now. But
Kevin
I don't
Ross.
really listen to the radio at all. And then my car ride is so slow. I mean, so
Yeah.
short. I get like 1.5 songs in before I get to work. So, but yeah, Kevin Ross. I love Jill Scott. Uh, who else? Kim, like the guy Kim. Nobody ever knows who I'm talking about when I say Kim. Like
Yeah,
maybe
I
like
get
some
him and the
older
dude with the
people.
scar confused.
Seal?
What's that's Seal, right? The dude
Yeah,
with the scar.
Seal.
Yeah. I get them two confused.
Yeah, I think they sing different music too.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know.
like, I don't even think they sound the same. I don't know why I get those two confused.
Probably because they both. I think they both bald. I know Seal is bald. I think Kim is bald too, and dark skin as well. But yeah, that's my kind of music, kind of R&B, neo soul type music. And I used to really be into reggae, but I don't really listen to reggae too much anymore. What about you? What kind of music you listen to?
I mean, what I've been listening to, oh, they are both bald. I had to Google it. But what I've been listening to, I've been going back to some albums that I really enjoyed like while I was in like high school and college. For some reason, I just kind of have that like nostalgia thing going on. So I've been listening to Lupe Fiasco, Food and Liquor.
Yeah.
That's a really good album. I don't know about his recent stuff, but I've been listening to that. It's just a lot of throwback stuff. I guess I just trying to like kind of feel that like simpler time since everything is kind of chaotic right now in my life, it seems like.
Mhm.
So I've been listening to a ton of that. I re-listened to Kendrick's um Section 80. It's not an album. I think it's considered an LP. It came out before his debut album. So
Mm.
I've been listening to that. I listened to that heavy in high school and college era. And a lot of alt J, which is like kind of alternative. I really don't know. I guess it's
You went to a
alternative.
concert or something not too long ago, or you posted something.
Yeah, I was on my way to that concert. Man, that's like 3 years ago. Yeah, I was on
I remember
it
that.
was right, yeah, it was right before we got married. So 2 years ago, really. And
Okay.
I got sick, so I never made it to the concert.
Mm.
That we
Hey,
were
so did you get your money back?
no, because I didn't have insurance. It was the day of. If I would have bought the insurance, I could have got it back. But so
Dang.
yeah, I never seen them live, and ever since then they haven't gone back on tour. I'm like, of course, of
Dang.
course. I never got to see them live, but I used to listen to them a lot in high school, and that album, what is that album called? An Awesome Wave. If y'all interested, it's different. It's very different. It's very like kind of mellow. I'm just like, y'all know before y'all go look at this, like, what is this? It's very like mellow type, low key type music. So
Mm.
I just been kind of feeling that vibe of like just going back to the times where it was just simpler, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I've been feeling lately.
Y'all's anniversary is coming up, right?
Yeah, I don't really have anything. Well, I guess it's our anniversary, right? It's not just me. But yeah, we don't really have anything planned.
Missing class Tuesday like completely messed me up. Like I was still able. Was that? No, that was. Can you hear them?
A little bit. It sound like a toy though. Is that them talking?
They talking through the vent in the floor from the living room. So
It's so close to Christmas, so you don't want to like get anything too big, like for an anniversary, you know, but
Mhm.
not small enough to where it's like you just bought this yesterday, dog. You
Right.
know. So I don't know. I haven't really decided what to get Chuck or what we should do, but I
What
don't
is
know.
this, 2 years?
Yeah, this would be 2 years.
Okay.
They went by so fast, and so much
Yeah.
stuff has happened in these 2 years. And y'all just had y'all anniversary not too long ago.
Yeah. This what's today? Thursday. Our anniversary was Tuesday. And we celebrated 8 years.
So
So
do you
yeah.
feel like it went by fast?
In a way, well, no, because I feel like when you say 8, I feel like that's a long time. I feel like it really wasn't that long ago that we got married.
Hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. Eight just sounds like a lot. Like it's super close to 10, but no, it doesn't really feel like it's been a long time. Yeah, 8 years, man. One of my coworkers asked me because Ray he brought some flowers to my job when I was on my lunch break. So I brought the flowers and everything back in. When I clocked back in and everything, somebody came over and asked me a question. Was like, "Oh, you got flowers? Who gave them to you?" I told him, "Oh, my husband. We celebrated 8 years married today." No. I said, we celebrated our anniversary. And she asked how many years. I said 8. She said 8. How old are you? And I was like, oh, I'm 30. She said, okay, yeah. So y'all got married pretty young. It's so we got married when we were 22. Is that young? I mean, it's not
Kind of
fresh out of
young.
high school.
Kind of young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was only able to drink for a year. So
Wow. Okay, I guess I didn't really realize when we was in the midst of it that I was
yeah,
kind
but
of
I feel
young.
like y'all. I mean, I obviously didn't know y'all back then, but y'all seem probably like y'all were much more mature,
Mm.
you know. And
Yeah, we
y'all,
were.
yeah, and y'all were together during college years too, right?
Yeah.
So you
Mhm.
kind of got to experience that together, like get that, I don't know, college life. But y'all don't even seem like the type to like be hardcore partying and stuff like that.
Nah, I would say probably after my first year, I'll calm down a lot.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was the same way in college too. So it's like I guess it's different for different people. It really depends on like who you are as far as if it's quote unquote too young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't get married at 18. But it's
Right.
still kind of, I mean, right now it's still really young. Y'all still young.
Yeah. Thank you. So was there a significance in y'all getting married in November?
No, it's just cheaper.
No, it's cheaper.
Yeah, there's no. People ask me that all the time. Like, is this something like? Is that like the day y'all met? Like, no.
Mm-mm.
Or like when we started dating? Like, no, we started dating in May. It's just cheaper. Um, yeah, because November is considered like the winter quote unquote month. So like the hotel where we got married and stuff, that it was just cheaper to
Mhm.
do it then. And plus, it's like it's not too hot, but also not too cold during that time
Yeah.
around here at least. So it was just being practical, no significance of it whatsoever.
Yes, yes. So we've known each other since seventh grade. But we didn't start dating till our second year at UC. Um, but we actually went to, like, I think I ran into him, I think once our freshman year at UC, and then a second year, um, I was staying in one residence hall, and we were walking down the stairs. Like me and like 4 or 5 of my girls were walking down the stairs. We were heading over to this party. It was a Swedish Day party. And him and his friends was going out the door at the same time. Come to find out, we was all headed to the same party. So the two groups, we all walked to the party together, and we was pretty much together that whole night, like at the party, dancing and everything. And then being in college and college parties and stuff, I had been drinking. So he
Hmm.
made sure that I got to back to my dorm room and everything safely. And yeah, and then ever since then we had started talking, and then we became official in like December. So, but yeah, we got married. The
Mm.
party was on Sweetest Day, so we got married on Sweetest Day too.
Oh, okay. I would. Well, you know how Swedish they change every year, so I'm
Right.
like, I wouldn't have known that, but of course not, because it changes every year.
Right.
But that's neat. Like, I have some kind of significance to it, but nah,
Yeah.
we was just being cheap. I mean, it's significant now since it's officially, it's our day, but
Right.
yeah, definitely just be a cheat for sure. And have you been reading anything?
No.
Yeah, I
I
haven't
still
really.
haven't read Misadventures of the Awkward Black Girl. That's sitting on my desk at work. I still haven't opened it up yet. I really want to read it though, but I haven't. I don't know. I probably just need to bring it home one day and read it at home because I don't really have the time to do it at work.
Yeah, that's my struggle too. I just don't have the time. I was using Audible,
Mm,
but I just like I don't know. It's something different about having that book in your hand and flipping through it.
mm-hmm.
So that I kind of want to experience that with that book, but and then I end up canceling the service anyway. I wanted to I wanted to put my $15 somewhere else, but
mm,
so yeah, I haven't been really reading anything.
yeah.
Anything new that you've been currently doing?
Oh well, the pre-workout. I started that. I think it's been 2 weeks now. I think I started taking a pre-workout. That's been going good. Um, it definitely helps me like really get going during the workout. And at first I was a little apprehensive about trying it out.
Hmm.
Wasn't sure what it might do to my body or if I would become dependent on it or anything. But um, yeah, the first few times I drank it, I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. But I have been making sure to not take it every single time that I work out, just because I am
Yeah.
afraid I don't want to become dependent on it or anything like that. So, but yeah, I've been trying that out, so that's been going well. Other than that, no, I haven't been trying anything new. What about you?
I've been doing the pre-workout too, but like you said, I haven't been doing it every time I work out.
Mhm.
Honestly, I think it's only been like maybe 3 or 4 times.
Mhm.
Oh, I've been doing daily affirmations,
Mm.
like just writing them down. Um and you would think I've been putting this in my planner, but I've been just writing it down on like just a notepad that I had at my desk.
Mhm.
I'm thinking about maybe making up something small that I can carry around with me because I typically don't always have my planner with me.
Mhm.
Um, just to have it all in one place. But that has been really helpful because I can get like I'm my own biggest critic.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to like pump myself up to like open my Etsy shop and kind of expand myself a little bit more in like my personal goals. So the daily affirmations have been helping to like keep me motivated and keep pushing. I have been watching a lot of YouTube channels that kind of have been motivating me to finally like step out of my comfort zone.
Good.
So that's something new I've been doing.
Mhm.
And it's only been a week, but it's new.
Good.
It's new, but I've been consistently writing down stuff for really a week and a half. I started last Monday. So,
Mhm.
yeah, like a week and a half. So, I've been
I've
hanging in there
been
with it.
Mhm. I've been thinking about. I don't know if I told you this. I used to write poetry. Did you know that?
No, I feel like you told me that y'all were into poetry, but I didn't know you actually wrote it.
Yeah, yeah. High school and in college too. I used to write. I want to start getting back into that though. But I've never been like the kind of spoken word type person. But I just
Hmm.
used to, just kind of write stuff down and just kind of keep it in this notebook. I think I want to get back to that, back into writing poetry.
Yeah, I think it's worth it. Just kind of like had that creative outlet.
Ray used to do that too. We even had a class together at in high school. There was a
Mhm.
poetry class. We was in poetry class together. So yeah, he used to write a little bit too. So I think I want to start getting back into that. I mean, just for myself, just to write every so often.
Yeah, I feel like as you get older, you kind of let things go that you really enjoy.
Mhm.
So I think it's important. Actually, I don't know if you watch Evelyn from the internet
Yes.
or know of her. She's
Yeah.
amazing. I
She
love her.
is.
I love her. But she recently had a video, not really recent, it might have been a couple months ago, of her revisiting her childhood hobbies.
Mhm.
So I've been thinking about like, man, I should really like get back into what I really enjoy doing. And like you talking about poetry just kind of sparked that memory. Like,
Yeah, the boy's about to start playing basketball. We signed him up like a month ago, I think, and the season's getting ready to start at the end of November. I'm super excited about that because I played basketball growing up, and so I'm excited for them to play on a team, and hopefully if one or both of them, really like it, maybe they'll play, throughout the years or whatever. But I'm excited to watch them play and kind of help out at practices and everything. Ray, he's gonna be the head coach.
hold on, what? How you say that?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
coaching?
yeah. He signed up to be an assistant coach. No, he put like assistant coach and then he put possibly like head coach or whatever on the little sign-in sheet. And nobody else put that on there. So like the guy that works for the conference or whatever hit him up and was like, "Hey, we didn't have anybody else check mark that they might possibly be interested in being a head coach. Is that something that you're serious about? Do you want to?" And Ray was like, "Yeah, sure." So like,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. I don't think he was expecting that, but I'm like, I mean, it's first grade. This is instructional basketball. I think this would be good, and it's the boys' first time playing on the basketball team. Taj is really apprehensive about it. I think this is, I think it's a good idea. So he's excited about it now. So
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So they don't really do like all the rules and stuff is just kind of for fun.
yeah, yeah, they'll have practices. I think practices are once a week, and then they do still have games on Saturdays, but it's not like there's no fouls or traveling or anything like that. But yeah, they do still have games and jerseys and everything. So I'm super excited. But I did hear, Keisha's kids are a little bit older. When it gets to third grade, that's when it starts to be, really competitive. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm really excited.
Well, that's good to give them a chance to see if they like it and not have to worry
Mhm.
about the whole competitiveness of it.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't do any sports growing up, so I'm not.
Maybe I'm thinking about somebody else. Did you do like flag team or something?
Mm-mm.
No.
I ain't do nothing.
Oh.
I did cheerleading one year and I hated it.
Okay. Okay.
I hated it. And that was before I got to high school. It
Okay.
wasn't like during cheerleading in school or anything, but
Mm,
yeah, I was not a very active kid, which I
mm,
hope when Ashton gets older, like well, me and Chuck has been saying like we want to make sure that he does at least some type of active sport.
yeah.
And I wish I would have had that growing up because maybe I wouldn't be as, I don't know, not as active as
Mm,
I am, or
mm,
have like struggling with like getting active again, especially like running and stuff if I had always did something very active. But yeah, hopefully he picks up on something.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to have to like force him to do anything, but I feel like it's important to have some type of physical activity in your life.
Right. Yeah. So what do you plan on doing so that next week can be a little bit more like active, I guess, or you being um motivated, I guess, to work out more and that kind of thing.
Um, right now I'm just kind of just pre-planning out the week. Cause this Sunday we're supposed to be going to the pumpkin patch thing. And
Mm,
Sundays is usually when I do everything pretty much, like clean up and everything. So I'm trying
yeah.
to be able to get that done Friday night and Saturday.
Mm,
So just to be a little bit more prepared. I need to come up with a game plan for when class get canceled. Because
yeah.
I feel like
That was so
class,
unexpected
yeah, it
though.
was so unexpected. Because it was literally like within like a half an hour class
Hmm.
supposed to start
Yeah.
that it was canceled. So I need to come up with a backup plan.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that and actually trying to get a head start on like some of my homework and stuff too so I don't feel like
Hmm.
overwhelmed. So
Yeah.
that's the plan. How about you?
I don't know. it gets really hard when it start getting cold. Like if I feel like if it was a little bit warmer out, it would have been easier for me to, let me just go and take Lady out for a half-hour walk, or
Mm-hmm.
rest of my steps in. But it's so darn cold out. I don't really don't want to go out there. And then um for me, once I'm in the house, I want to be in. So even though
Yeah.
I already have my clothes on and ready to go to class, I'm like, oh, no class. I can just chill in the house then. I don't have to go
Yeah.
outside at all. So I guess for me, just starting off the week right by working out, but also just kind of making sure I have in my head class Monday, class Tuesday, class Saturday, and I'll try to get something in either Wednesday or Thursday, and then
Mm-hmm.
rest at some point in between there. But just really having it in my head, like, um, if you take a break or anything like that, it can, affect me mentally or at work or at home at the end of the day. So just kind of staying active, and also realizing that it's the winter time, so I really need to be on it because it's gonna be hard to, get up out the house when it's cold out there. So
Yeah, wintertime is a struggle for me. I know they say like summer bodies are made in the winter, but
mm,
it's just hard. It's hard to get up because it's cold, and
mm,
it's the time of like comfort food, you
yeah.
know. So wintertime is just a huge struggle, and the holidays too.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to really get my game plan before we get deep into these holidays, and I'm
Yeah.
eating
Yep.
leftovers for weeks and
Mm-hmm.
missing workouts. So yeah, that's my goal, is just to kind of break down a game plan this Friday and Saturday, so I can get through these last few months of the year.
Yeah, we got this.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got no time left. I got to get it right for this cruise in April. So
Ooh,
it's getting close. I
yeah.
mean, after this year, it's if I don't get it right before the start of the year, it ain't happening. So I need to
Mm-hmm.
I need to make sure I get it right.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for this week topic. Just really just wanted to kind of take a break. It's been a messy week for the both of us, so I hope you
Yep.
guys really enjoyed us just kind of keeping y'all updated on what we have going on and what we're doing. So that's what we have for you all today. And as always, we leave you off with a quote. And this is one that my grandma actually told me not too long ago.
Oh.
And it says, well, she says, I just wrote it down. But to get something you don't have, you have to do something that you haven't done.
Oh.
So I was just like complaining, and this was actually the day I told you that like they kind of hyped me up to go ahead and go to class, and then class was
Yeah.
canceled.
Yeah.
So that's what she was like, because I was just complaining like, I just feel like I'm not getting anywhere. My body's not changing. I feel like I'm working hard in these workouts, but the numbers not changing on the scale. I don't feel any different. And she told me that. So I was like, oh, let me write that down.
Mhm.
And
That's
this
a good one, Grandma.
it's a real good one, and it's actually something that I have written down in my positive affirmation for that day too as well. So
Mhm.
it's basically, you got to get out your own way and get out of your comfort zone. So
Mhm.
no, I want these changes. I have big plans for 2020, and only way it's going to get done if I do something that I haven't done before. So
Yes.
hopefully that resonate with all of you, and you kind of take my grandma's advice.
Yes, definitely.
I hope you all enjoyed. Again, like if you guys are listening to us rather on YouTube, make sure you leave a comment down below how you guys are liking it, and make sure you leave reviews for us on your favorite podcast app or wherever you listen to us at. We will greatly appreciate it. Yeah, that is it for this week. We'll see you in another 2 weeks.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.